Well, we've just accomplished 3 very important steps. Congratulations. These steps are really important to do because it will help you to connect even further with your inner wisdom and inner guidance. And ultimately, that's the key of life. Once you tap into that, all of your questions, your life purpose, everything, the love, the wisdom, everything that you need is found in that well of infinite well of inner wisdom. So we have to do everything we can to connect to it. And so congratulations on doing that, seriously, because it will definitely change your vibration and shift your consciousness to start realizing that this actually exists within you. So the first step that we took, just to recap, was that you started becoming an observer of your life, putting you automatically in the driver's seat of your life. Because as soon as you start taking what's inside of you and putting it down on paper and starting to observe it, that's when you realize what is going on inside of you. If you never have that realization, then you're living your life in a very unconscious way. So once we become conscious of it, then at least we can make a decision whether we want to keep this belief or not. And so it just gives you much more power and control over your life. The second step that we took was to start deflating that negativity, that bubble of negativity that exists within us and in our energy fields, because we've been fueling it for years and years since we've been parents. And so, and a lot of those negative emotions were probably there before you even became a parent. So just the mere fact of wanting, setting the intention to start releasing some of those negative emotions will automatically create a shift in you, because you're opening up the space for newer beliefs to come in. And that exercise needs to be done several times, because it's not something that you'll be able to do just once, because there's so much accumulated over so many lifetimes that it's just a process to keep doing your spring cleaning. Just keep doing it, and your energy will feel lighter and lighter, and you'll be able to, again, make room for beliefs that come from your inner truth. The third step was also very, very critical. That was the step where we have to stop believing that we have failed as parents and that we have damaged our kids and all this guilt that is created because of that. That is not serving us one bit, and it's certainly not helping our children to keep carrying this guilt within our energy field. So it's much better to release it, and just by doing that, you release the burden that you've imposed onto your children because you've been carrying this for so long. So if you're having difficulty with that particular step, not to worry. Just keep going, keep doing it, keep doing it. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I'm the best parent I can possibly be. And just keep going that way, and you will see and feel the difference for yourself. You know, life is a process. Doesn't happen overnight that, these big changes will occur. It's a process. It's one day at a time. And we have to keep at it. And it's just like in the movie Finding Nemo or Finding Dory, where Dory says, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Well, that's what we have to do. We have to keep swimming through every challenge that we have. Can you tell I have grandchildren? Well, it really is. We came here into this lifetime to grow and to expand. And the beauty of it is that each moment offers us the opportunity to change our vibration, increase our level of consciousness, and tap in deeper into our truths. So life is really, really magical. Now at this point, you may be asking yourself the question, now she keeps saying, open your heart, open your heart. How do I open my heart? I have no clue of how to really do that. Well, let me share with you what happened to me. When I was on my journey, I felt that once I started getting some of these messages, they just started ringing truer and truer, and I could feel that as I was integrating them into my life, the relationship with my son was slowly changing. I was more peaceful. We were laughing much more than we ever had in the past. So, of course, once you have a taste of it, you want to go even deeper. So I set the intention to have that connection be even more profound for me. So one day, I had this urge to go on YouTube just to find a guided meditation, something that I had never, ever done in the past. And what I came across was this meditation here, Open Your Heart Healing Meditation with Archangel Michael, channeled by Melanie Beckler. Well, I have to tell you, when I listened to that meditation, it just opened my heart. I experienced what it meant to open one's heart. It was like a burning sensation for me. And it really triggered so much energy into my being of unconditional love that, excuse me, it really, really started shifting my life. So I decided to incorporate these guided meditations into my life. And I can't thank Melanie Beckler enough for coming into my life to help me do just that. And she has a lot of meditations on YouTube that are free, and if you go on her website, there are many more there. Now, I'm not getting any profit from sharing this with you, but the reason I am sharing it with you is because it has been such an important part of my journey that I just wanted to make sure you were aware of it. And so now that we know how to do that, that will help us even more in our process of opening up to our inner guidance. So I hope this will be of help to you. Opening your heart is a matter of increasing your vibration. How do you do that? Well, just by eliminating a lot of the negativity. You don't have to do anything else but that, and that will automatically increase your vibration. Now let's go on to the next topic. And our next topic will be talking about our own humanity. Let's face it, we're human beings above anything else, and being a parent is just part of the experience of being a human being. Now, at this point in the session, I thought it would be important for me to share some of the learnings that I received during my many, many hours of contemplation and meditations. And those learnings pertain to our humanity, our life purpose, and so on. And first, let me start by saying that I am not at all saying that I have all the answers to life. I certainly don't. But what I do want to do with you today is just to share some of the learnings that I received. Now, they may or may not ring true for you. And if they do resonate as something that feels true to you, then great. And I'm sure you'll explore it at a much deeper level. And if some of the information you receive triggers something deeper within you, then that's great too. And if it does nothing, that's great too. We are all at different levels of consciousness. We all have unique truths. These are my truths. Doesn't mean it'll be your truths, but it's really great to share this kind of information because it always opens up our level of consciousness to other possibilities of what our life purpose can be in this lifetime. And the reason I asked to receive this kind of information is because my life wasn't going all that great, and I was a bit frustrated, you work hard, and there's a lot of challenges life throws at you, and especially being a parent, and things weren't going that great with my son. He was falling off this path, having all kinds of problems, and here I am, Miss Hero, trying to solve his life, you know, and fix his life and put him on the right track, and thinking I was doing the right thing, as I had mentioned earlier, and being very presumptuous to think that I personally can have control over somebody else's life and life purpose. I mean, that's ridiculous when I think about it now. But then I was so into it that I felt that I was the one who had all this power to make this relationship work. So when you have a lot of those frustrations, you know, those are when you really start asking questions to the universe, and that's what I did. I said, you know, God, creator, infinite intelligence, whatever you want to call him, please tell me, why is it, what's the game here? Like, what's all this about? What's all this for? And what I got as responses was that, you know, we all come here with a very specific agenda. And we've agreed to that agenda before we've incarnated into this lifetime. And so we're really focused on ourselves. I know that this doesn't sound right, you know, because you say, no, I love to help other people out and all that. Well, even when you help out other people, from what I understood from the messages that I received, is that you're really helping out yourself. Well, it's twofold, really. One is that if you're purpose was to be of service to others, you're going to seek opportunities to do just that. And if you don't, because there's always free will, then you're always going to feel like have this feeling of emptiness or a feeling of not being complete. So it does serve you to serve others. And when you serve others, it helps the whole, because we're all one. So in essence, it's all bouncing right back to you. And like a boomerang effect, because as soon as you serve others, you're really serving yourself and you're serving your life purpose. As another example, if you have forgiveness, you want to work on forgiveness, then you're going to attract a lot of situations or people that you're going to have to forgive. And that will be a part of your life purpose. So when you can achieve that, when you can learn that forgiveness, everything that you do in this lifetime is carried over to the next lifetime, and it's also affecting your past lifetimes. And we'll talk about that in a bit more detail in the next few minutes to come. Because life is a continuum. It doesn't start here and stop there. It's an infinite path on both sides of the spectrum. What we call linear time, past, present, and future, is just for us, because it would be too complex to try and understand the infinite life that we live. So we kind of break it down in chunks so that we can, you know, have a vantage point of what's after and what's to come. So that in itself is a lot of information to absorb, but let's now talk about that life is a continuum.